Hello, and welcome to the UPL Season 12 Altered League Midseason PRs.
We really gotta abbreviate that somehow.
Yeah, something like that, right? With Kraft and T4U.
Hello.
um, so if you've never watched one of these, what you're going to be experiencing in this majestic 4K, probably not, video is us first going over what we hated. So we're going to be recapping our initial PRs that you definitely watched 6 weeks ago after the draft, talking about how much we hated everybody's teams, and now we're gonna talk about how much we love everybody's teams now and how much we no longer hate them.
Wow, you are putting words in my mouth that definitely weren't there. I still hate
Of
all these
course.
teams.
No. We hate them for origin. We love them here because they're all cutie pies, probably. Not
They
really.
are all really cute. Oh my god. Like I keep getting
Of
happy
course.
watching these replays and just seeing cute Pokemon commit murder.
Of course. Yeah, so when we do it this time, instead of going team by team, we're going to be going from our bottom to the top ranking of who we think is, best team. So with that, let's start off with going over our preseason PRs, just quick recaps of how we felt about everybody before. And so it should be noted before we start, there were two coach changes. We had two coach drops. So Darkington dropped after week 1, and Broke has replaced him. And then our second coach change is Vaxo has dropped after 3 weeks of cheating and was replaced by Lucky.
I will say, for Lucky's team, I did not rank them among the other ones because I
Yeah.
didn't think it was fair to Lucky that out of 5 matches, 3 of them were forfeit losses. They didn't reflect any level of battling skill.
Yeah.
So Lucky is technically ranked 12th here because
10th.
I would not put him in that because it wasn't fair to rank him with 2 matches versus everyone else with 5.
Yeah. So yeah, he is unofficially 10th
Oh yeah,
because
10. Sorry.
because he's only played 2 matches and it's not really fair. So yeah.
Right. Like if he wins 2 of them, that's 100% win rate. That's great.
Yeah.
But is it really fair to give him first place with 100% win rate when he's only played 2 matches?
Of
Or if
course.
he lost both, it's not really fair to put him in last either.
So
So
yeah,
he is
yeah.
unranked.
So I guess for this one, I'll start first on
Okay.
doing the preseasons. So in last place, I had what was Darkington's team, which is now Broke's team. Then ASDF's, my own team, Uno, Winged Fig, Zico, Bucks, what was Vaxo's team and is now Lucky's, North Dakota, and Coral Fan at number 1.
We had rather different rankings for this
Yes.
one. All right. So I had a slightly different ranking than Kraft. I had Winged Fig at number 10, Kraft himself at 9, Uno at 8, Darkington's team at 7, North Dakota at 6, Zico Fool at 5, Bucks was at 4, the team that used to be Vaxo at 3, Coral Fan at 2, and ASDF at ranking number 1.
So yeah, so let's just start at the bottom then of how we view everyone. So we already kind of spoiled who we think is the worst team. Obviously not that we think they're the worst, it's just that we have unfair data
Yeah, they had to be removed
from the
from
data
contention.
pool, yes. So
I will
Lucky,
say,
the worst coach.
yeah, lucky and bad. Got to emphasize the and bad.
Yes. Well, no, he doesn't even go by the and bad anymore.
I know, because he's sexy farmhand now.
Yes, right. He's the sexy farmhand now. Correct.
Um, I will say for this one, we did average our scores together rather than having 2 separate lists again. So this
Yes.
is going to be kind of where you fell in the middle of the two.
Yes. So this team, because it has been replaced, there is a lot of trades on this team. So I'm not going to go through them all, sadly. I probably could if I really wanted to. But there's like 7 mon trades. It's or something like that. So, it is what it is. Um, some good, some bad. I like the Drake Loke on this team now. That was not there previously. Pikachu's gone, which means you're not tempted to cheat anymore. Um, Gabite was pretty cool. There is no more Gabite on this team. I think I don't know how I feel about that. You?
I think dropping Gabite was fine because they picked up Drakloak. I don't think keeping both would have been a smart decision.
Right, right.
Um, I think Squirtle is fine. I think Electric is going to be disappointing in the long run, just because it doesn't have enough moves to be interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of. I think it's just because he needed an electric type, and he told me he doesn't want Pikachu because he doesn't want to cheat.
That's true. Not cheating is important.
Of course. But I
I
mean,
think
I'm happy he kept Bronzor. I don't know how if he's used it yet or anything. I don't think he has, but yeah,
I think this team, on paper, there's nothing particularly wrong with this team, but what's going to hurt it is that nothing is super strong except Drakloak and like Monferno. Everything is
yeah,
like a cutesy baby, and so they don't have that immediate power that the middle tier things are having, or the
yeah,
things
and
that only evolve
yeah.
once.
There's only like two things that really stand out, and it's like you said, it's Dracloak and Monferno. Clefairy's not bad? Question mark.
Yeah, none
Probably.
of these are
Yeah,
bad, especially because Clefairy is one of the few clerics that exist,
yeah,
and also one of the few reliable fairy types.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's just that nothing really stands out. So there's not much that we can do there.
Right. Well, Drakloak stands out like by a
Yeah,
mile. It's a
yeah,
fantastic mon,
but
but
yeah,
that's it.
yeah. With that, we go to the next team.
All right. So in ninth place, the first coach being ranked this season or this midseason. This is the other replacement team. This is
Interestingly
I'm
enough, yeah.
broke, and so there are also a lot of changes on here.
There are, though, three of the trades are their own. So there is that.
Yeah,
Um, I do kind of like this team. Hakumo is really cool to have, I think.
I like this team on paper. I think it
Yes.
looks really cool. I like Graveler Alola, and I like what I've seen out of Graveler Alola so far. I think Hakomo O is a really cool mon to add onto the team. Diglett's got some awesome potential here. Like it's not a strong Pokemon, but being able to just pick and choose and remove something from every team if you play it right is
Yeah.
really powerful.
I feel like a better fire type could have been picked than Witten, but I think also he just needed a low point Mon, and so he kind of was just stuck with Witten, is what happened.
Yeah. I think if you're gonna pick a really cheap fire type, Litten's a really good one because you get Intimidate and Parting
Yeah.
Shot for free.
Yeah, that's
Um,
not bad. But I think if you're going for a fire type, at least in my opinion, go for something that, well, has the fire.
yeah, I think you need some power behind it. If
Yeah.
if you want an offensive fire type, Litten was not it, but I
Yeah,
think
like
Litten will do
Quilava's
fine
still free,
defensively.
and granted that's like 10 points, but I think you could have probably readjusted something and whatever to get it. Um,
Yeah, I think Shroomish, I've seen a sub punch set come one of these weeks, which I think is hilarious because Shroomish has terrible attack stat. But I do like the idea of sub-seeding Shroomish with Poison Heal because that
yeah.
thing, if you get that first sub up, you are just never going to die.
Yeah, I think um, we talked about this in the Origin League video, so I don't want to bring up the whole concept again. But there's like different categories for like how you can kind of rank a team, and I think this is just good team on paper not doing so well, at least in my opinion. I don't know how you feel
Yeah,
about it.
I think so too. Yeah, I think this is a team that's got all the things it needs on paper now. It just hasn't managed to execute them.
Yeah, because like I look at this team and I'm like really excited to look at it and see what it can do because it looks really cool to just see these mons.
Agreed.
So yeah,
On paper, I think this is a cool team that's got some fight left in it.
yeah. Let's go to the next person.
All right. So number 8, we've got Buck. Um,
Oh,
so I think what's going on here is so Bucks have some really awesome stuff on this team,
I love this team. It's so good.
and I think the first couple of battles Bucks had really took the wind out of his sails for the rest of the season, and
Yeah,
I think it's really affecting how he's playing going forward.
yeah,
He's kind of lost the enjoyment of these battles, and it's impacting the actual outcomes of them.
yeah. I think he just isn't. I think he was interested originally in the season, and then he played a few matches and he realized, yep, this isn't the format for me. But
Yeah,
at least unlike some people, he's sticking through it. So I
yeah.
can give him
Props for
credit.
hanging on.
So thank you, Bucks.
Yeah, you show up, you do your matches. That's I can't ask for more.
Yeah. But like I
Uh,
do think this is a really good team on paper. Haunter, Shogun, Torcat, that is so cool to have.
he's been doing great with that Shelgon with the wish sets
Yeah,
that he keeps bringing, and sometimes it's defensive, and I've seen some offense with it. It's a cool mon, and he's getting some good use out of it.
yeah. I think Murkrow isn't being utilized to its full potential, and that's been commented by a lot of other coaches as well. That
I
Murkrow
agree.
hasn't been brought fully. But I
I've
think
seen
as well it's just Bucks isn't used to the format, so he isn't sure how to do it.
right. I would love to see that Murkrow perish trap something at some point.
Yeah.
Just grab something that's choice locked into the wrong move to kill Murkrow and just make it suffer.
Yep. Um, I feel like there was something specifically he did in my match that I was like really wowed by, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. Let me see. I cannot remember. I apologize. But yeah, he did something during our match that was like it was just a wow. But yeah. Um, move on to the next person.
Yeah, sure.
All right,
So go ahead.
Winged Fig. Um, I don't really know what to say here. uh, we expected stuff from Magmar. Magmar has been brought to games multiple times, in fact. And it's breaking even, actually.
I think the most impressive mon on this team so far has been Galarian Lanoon. It has just been
I
a very
told you.
consistent mon for Winged
I
Fig.
told you Galarian
You
Lightning would.
did.
I
You
did.
did.
Yeah,
Um,
it was interesting. I mean, we had a slogfest this week, which we don't count week 6, but I mean, I had a slogfest with it, and goddamn, um, if it didn't poison itself, it could have beaten me, and if it had a dark move. But yeah,
it did. It had knockoff, didn't it? But your item had already been knocked off.
yeah. So yeah, I think overall the
Anyways,
team's not bad. Let me see, what did I rate it before? Something. I rated it like right in the middle at 6 previously. Not that I think that it was bad necessarily or anything like that. But well, I just put no notes. I'm a genius sometimes, guys. I just think that part of the team isn't being utilized well. I think there was like some really cool plays that were made. Like I remember Surskit got some really cool kills. Um, and Fracture's doing well, which is no, it's not. It's 2 and 4. What? I wow. Okay. Maybe
um,
I'm thinking of the wrong team here.
I think Dynasty has a lot of potential it hasn't lived up to yet. We've seen some Shelf Smashers in low tier do really well for themselves. I think Dynasty has the potential to be one of them, and it just hasn't had a time to shine yet.
Hmm.
But I think more than anything else, the thing that's holding Winged Fig back is that there have been several times where in the middle of a battle, one of those random little things about competitive Pokemon that like
Yeah.
doesn't have to stick in your head if you're not like a super tryhard has been forgotten, and it's cost him a turn or some momentum. Like for example, I saw the Cottony try to leech seed a grass type and then try
Oh.
to to Leech Seed a Dark type through Prankster, so it didn't work.
Oh,
And I think those 2 turns really swung that battle around. So I think
yeah,
those little things that shouldn't really make a big difference overall have cost Winged Fig a little bit more momentum than they would have otherwise.
yeah, that would definitely do the trick. Yeah, I do think this team could make it to playoffs. I mean, any team here can. It
Yeah,
is.
nobody's out
It's
yet.
still fairly close here. Um, but it's just small mistakes are gonna catch up to you. You know.
Yeah, it's possible to get to playoffs with small mistakes, but you cannot make them in playoffs.
Yep. With that, any other final comments?
No, it's. I think that's where I am with this team at the moment. I want to see Dynasty do more.
All right, let's go on to number 6.
So number 6, we have Zico Fool, and uh, I think she's been a victim of her own reputation here. I think we
Yeah.
hyped her up as the queen of not fully evolved. She didn't ask for that. She would have denied that. She was like, "No, I'm good with Brion." And I think the fact that she's not dominating the league when we totally like hyped her up to do it is not her fault. I think we put pressure there that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I was shocked. I thought she would be dominating. Um, Not to say she isn't doing well. She's doing okay. I
Yes,
still like,
solidly mid pack.
yeah, I mean, team hasn't changed at all, so that still means that I love the disgusting cores on this team. I mean, Volibee, Sliggoo, Mudprey is,
I
oh,
love what I've seen out of Sliggoo so
oh,
far. Sliggoo has been so fun.
yeah,
Uh,
it's great. It's so good. Um,
I've seen some cool stuff with Clamperl. I don't think it's hit its full damage potential yet, but it has been a fun mon.
mhm.
Ironically, I don't think she's doing as well with Brion this time as around. I think lacking the Eviolite is really like she knows the hits it can take with an Eviolite, and it doesn't have it right now.
We've weakened her, yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do think not having a Violate has definitely changed the game plan for, I mean, the whole league. And I definitely think, personally, I'm happy there's no Violate. I don't know about everyone else. I think it's way more interesting without it,
These
regardless
have been
of 1 or
super
0 or whatever.
aggressive battles without it. Like
Yeah.
there's definitely been some stall and stuff, but there's never a point where I'm looking at Amon and thinking, well, nothing can beat that. That match is over.
Yeah, because, like,
And I think with a Violite, you hit that point where certain Mons just become unkillable here.
yeah, because I remember the first 2 weeks, some matches were taking like less than 15 turns or something like that. And I was just shocked how quickly things went down. Um, and it's crazy. Personally, I'm happy there's no Violet, and I love how much more unique it is. Um, I don't know about everyone else, but that's my opinion. But yeah, um, on to the next one.
Sounds good to me.
Who is this? This is the reverse card. Uno.
There's no trades here. I liked
No
this team at the
trades.
start. I like this team now. Um, I did not expect Trumbeak to be as good as it is. I've been really enjoying watching Trumbeak do stuff. Um, I expected Morgrim to be as good as it is, and I mean,
Yeah.
it has consistently pulled its weight. But Skrelp, I really did not expect the power I've seen out of Skrelp. I understand it has adaptability, but it's still just Skrelp, and it's doing so good.
A lot of mons have been very surprising in this league, and I think that's what makes it so fun.
This has been a lot of fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
It's making me regret signing up for Origin instead of this.
Good, good. Yeah, I think that's what's been fun about Altered League, even if you're not a coach here, just seeing like some of the battles and how weird they are and what mons are coming out on top is just kind of crazy to look at.
Yeah, I cannot believe, like, looking at the
the,
Mon rankings, it's absurd.
yes, but yeah, like Electabuzz is surprisingly 0-5 here. I,
Yeah, that was
I,
one of the top. That was easily one of our top three.
yeah, and here, maybe it's because everyone's over prepped for it. I don't know.
Yeah, suffering from success.
Yeah, so maybe that's what it is. But it's interesting just seeing what's happening. But yeah, there's Morgrim. We kind of expected Morgrim to do well. I mean, a Dark Fairy with Prankster and
And
decent
setup options.
setup, great stuff. It has great stuff, honestly. Yeah, overall, nice team, doing well. Keep it up. You know, what else can I say? Who's next? Oh, it's that
Next up,
guy.
yeah, it's honestly I should have ranked you like 6 places lower. So at number 4 we've got Kraft. Do you want to talk about your team first?
I love this team, man. um, yeah, I love this team. It's pulling through fairly well. And I did make some trades that went active technically the week this goes live. So I traded Karkle for Charmeleon, Sandile for Drillbur, and Scrappies for Anorith. So I know you complained about my speed. Now I'm still like the slowest top speed of the league, but my speed did increase by a decent amount.
It's much better than it was.
Yes. Though it does mean I lost my spikes option, but eh. Karkle, as nice as it was to have, I think I was just trying too much unique stuff with Karkle and it wasn't working. And I think if I kept Karkle, I would have kept trying unique stuff that wouldn't have worked. So I had to get rid of it.
Also, keep this in mind. Carcoal is literally trash. It's so bad.
It was doing all right.
Was it? Was it
It was
really?
okay. It was okay. But yeah, I mean, my team's doing quite well. Um,
I'm blown away. Like absolutely flabbergasted with how
yeah,
well you're doing with this team.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Frillish and Spritzy are carrying. Um,
I love Frillish. You've been doing some fun stuff with Frillish. It's been fun to watch.
yeah, I mean, I'm always carrying around somewhere on my team like a small little core that runs independently from the rest of the team, so everyone can do their own thing. And if I need a plan B, I have a plan B there. And it's helped me quite a bit, multiple times, in fact. Um, like it helped me this week for week 6, which we're not counting for these, but still. um, but yeah, like it. Yeah, things work out. I mean, I had to get rid of some of my other mons. Sandile, I had to get rid of for Drillbur, which somewhat boosted me in speed. Let me double check. Yeah, like somewhat, not really boosted me in speed. I almost didn't take Drillbur. I almost took Sandshrew, but I went for
That would have
Drillbur.
you would have been able to keep spikes with Sandshrew, but I think overall Drillbur's the better
Yeah,
choice.
I went for Drillbur because I think speed is what I needed more. I just heard T4U's voice in my head saying speed, speed, speed.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, Anorith as well, I think is a really great pick. Again for speed.
The North is so fast. Like
It is
Armaldo is like
surprisingly
base
fast.
40.
It is surprisingly fast.
He gets so slow when he goes onto land.
Yeah, and I think if I wanted to, it's kind of funny. I could kind of run a rain core. I have Anorith and Krogunk with, right? No, maybe
It'd be a rough rain
it would
core.
be rough. But I'm still traumatized from when I ran rain that one season, so it's not going to happen. So yeah, I mean, I've also been doing some nice setup stuff, so which is not something I normally do, and I think that's been helping a lot.
For sure. Yeah, I still think on paper this team
Oh
has
yeah, on
a
paper
lot of
it's weird.
flaws, but I think you've patched them up decently well, and you're playing way above those patches. Like you're doing quite well with this team.
Yeah. Who's next? Who do we yell at next? So this it's funny. The next two people, before we get to them, I haven't, number one spot. I haven't fought them yet, but the next two people are the only two people I've lost to so far. So that's the only reason they're above me here. Uh,
Nope, that's not it.
no, that's definitely what it is. Uh, so number one, no, sorry, number three is Coral Fan.
I like this team. I've seen some fun stuff with it. Kadabra, War Turtle, and Leiron are all being really
God damn
impressive.
that Laron, man.
That Leiron has done way more than I thought it would.
It is
Um,
so strong.
there's nothing that's come to a match that I feel like it was dead weight. Even Voltorb, which I was kind of afraid of just because it's fast and that's it. That's all Voltorb does. But even Voltorb felt like it was hitting pretty hard.
Yeah. I mean, we both ranked this team fairly high. And I mean, I ranked it one, you ranked it two. So so it being in third place, I think, isn't out of the ordinary. I think, let me double check. Yeah, I think with the next couple teams, it's we both have an odd pick out on who comes up, but I think this was somewhat expected for this team to be high up still.
Yeah. The only reason I have this team at third instead of a little bit higher is that it's 4-1, and the two teams above it are both 5-0. And
Yep,
that was the tiebreaker that bumped one up over the other.
yep, it has to be that way. But yeah, overall, great team, doing well. Keep it up. Nothing else we can really say. Next
I have
person.
more comments on that team, but I have to wait until we get to a different person first to say them. So we're gonna move on.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, it's you. Okay, where are you? Here you are. Okay, North Dakota at number two.
Mr. Mime has been my favorite here.
Oh my
I
god, this Mr.
love watching
Mime.
Mr. Mime.
Dude, this Mr. Mime has been skedaddling his way across the field.
This Mr. Mime got a person to rage quit.
It is amazing what this Mime has been doing, honestly. But yeah,
Um,
I mean, we kind of called it. I'm trying to think if we called it or if we said it after the match actually happened about the whole U-turn into Mime. I don't remember, but I know we mentioned this. Either way,
yeah, I
it was
think I've seen a
predicted.
lot of Charge-a-Bug Volt switching on turns I thought it was going to set webs. And I think that keeps catching your opponents off guard too. They switch in something expecting webs, get hit with a Volt switch, and like it's all downhill from there. I think I've seen that several times.
But yeah, I mean, Charge-a-Bug and Gligar just being able to switch into Mime or, I mean, yeah, it's pretty much always going to be Mime or Toad, and it's great. Team's
I
doing
really
well,
liked the
yeah.
week I got to see offensive Gligar. That was quite fun.
Yeah. I mean, I ranked this team previously number two. It is currently number two. This is expected. You, on the other hand, how are you going to defend yourself? You put this team previously at number six.
Yeah,
What's
well,
your
there's
excuse?
there's a lot of things on this team I didn't think were going to do very well. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
good
it's
stuff is
expected. Yep.
doing well,
Yeah.
but I didn't expect to see Machop or Honedge or Ferroseed really do anything.
I mean, Honage
And
still
I actually
hasn't
don't
done
think,
anything.
yeah, I don't think half of those have done anything.
No,
But
they haven't.
the top half is covering for that quite
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah. That top half of the team is doing so well. I mean, Mime is 9-2 right now of the four matches it's been to. So
That's a great record.
yeah, it's really nice. So again, you're doing flawless. You have zero losses. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep skedaddling over the field, and we're gonna skedaddle ourselves to, I guess, talk about the first place person.
All right. So this is not surprising based on our preseason rankings. This team is stupid thick. This is ASDF's team. I think this team is basically running on autopilot at this point. I think even ASDF has said that this team just basically plays itself. In all 5 battles he's played, the same 5 mons have come every time, and there's only one slot that rotates.
Holy shit.
Um,
Even looking
so
at them, I'm trying to like see. And it looks like only two. There's been 2 differences, and that's like the first 2 weeks, and that's it.
yeah, that was it.
Wow.
This team has been very consistently playing. Maybe not exactly the same way. I'm sure the spreads and the move sets are shifting up, but you know who's showing up every match.
Yikes. But
And
yeah.
you know
Yeah.
it's not broken. It's working every time.
So yeah, this team did have 2 trades. Porygon was traded for Staravia, and Arkin was traded for Snubble, which
I,
I think kinda were the 2 mons that I had issues with, actually.
I think Porygon to Staravia, absolute upgrade. I think that works great for this team. And if I remember correctly, Staravia has done some really cool stuff since it's come.
Yes, I mean, it's been brought every week, so
Snubble, I'm indifferent on. I don't.
I mean, it hasn't done
Arkin
anything,
wasn't
so
great. Snubble isn't great either. So I'm sure
I
it'll
think it's
it'll
just
do
him
something at some
taking
point.
a ferry for when the dragons come.
Right.
Probably. I don't know. Yeah.
The most impressive thing, though, Machoke is a direct downgrade from Girder, but Machoke is doing fantastically. And Ghastly is literally the pre-evolution for Haunter, and Ghastly is outperforming not just Haunter, but every other mon in this league.
Yeah, Ghastly's 11-3, which is disgusting to think about at 6 weeks.
That's
Um,
absurd.
yeah, it's crazy. Um, I don't know. I mean, we know from experience. ASDF's been in UPL for a while. He's also been in WPF. We've seen him play for a while now. We know he's pretty good at competitive mons. He knows what he's doing, even if every time we put out a PR, all he does is yell at us about speed tiers because he doesn't believe in them. But he knows what he's doing, so this is expected. We expected him to do fairly well.
Yeah, at this point, this is his season to lose. There hasn't been a match that I've watched with him in it where I'm like, oh, this one someone's gonna beat him. Every time I'm just like, yep, okay, he's got this. Like halfway through the battle, you can see that this battle's over.
Yeah.
Like it's his season to lose at this point. It's just going to be a matter of does he throw it away on something or does he get hacked out of something.
Gets to finals. It's going to be that Naruto moment where Shikamaru puts his hand up and says, I forfeit.
This is going to be the moment where I'm trying to see what's the most ridiculous mon in this the most ridiculous thing. This is going to be the moment when Bucks' Clink takes it all.
But yeah, I mean, it's got good mons and it's doing well. So once we crack the code, we're all going to work together, dogpile on him, and make him cry. And make him
It's
say that speed tiers matter.
it's already too late to stop him from getting to playoffs. So now it's
Yes.
just a matter of ending his playoff run.
Yes. Yeah. And again, he knows competitive. We've seen it multiple times. So you just gotta force a mistake out of him. So yeah.
Good luck.
Big sad tears. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the top mons, the 2 top mons are both his at Ghastly Machoke. Then we got Laron, then Mr. Mime, Gower, and then Wartortle. So, Wartortle, dang. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
War
mean,
Turtle had a nice shell smash sweep. Got
yeah,
a bunch of kills. Maybe it's 2 sweeps that got 2 kills. I don't remember. It's a little fuzzy.
yeah. So yeah, any final comments we want to make?
This has been way more fun to watch than I thought it would be. I thought this was going to be much more decided by the heavy hitters on this. I thought Kadabra
Yeah,
and Raboot and Haunter were going to be making much bigger splashes than they were, and not random stuff like Ghastly and Wartortle being the big scaries.
Yeah, definitely with how top heavy some of the teams became, I was definitely nervous about that as well. But then so many of the little mons started being important. It's kind of crazy. But the
It's
matches
great.
are so interesting.
I love it so much.
Yeah, I don't think necessarily anyone's out. I could be
No, nobody's
wrong.
out yet. Because the
Um,
worst record is 1-4, which means they could win 4 more matches and go 5-4, and 5-4 would sorry, worst record 0-5, so they can go 4-5, which I think would still get them in, depending on how other people do.
so yeah, everyone still has a chance, but again, it's one of those situations where you can't mess up now.
Right. At this point, it is your fate is not necessarily in your hands if you're near the bottom of the bracket. It's 50% your actions and 50% hoping other people fail.
Yeah. All
Um,
right. With that,
so
I
yeah, I
think I've said
can't wait
my
to see how this
piece.
goes. Yeah, I'm out.
um, with that, we'll see you guys. We'll read all your hate. Yeah. Anything you want to tell everyone before we wait for their hate to come in?
Yes, the most important meal of the day is the bowl full of hate I'm gonna eat after this video comes out.
All right. With that, we'll see you guys later.
Goodbye.